really good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. You with your man G Nova TV, Sound Spotlight. Got a special guest with me today, Legendary C.S.T.
Yes, sir.
If you know us personally, you know that we got quite a decorated history, but we here to talk about it. How's it going?
I'm good, bro. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, for sure. So it's interesting, you know what I mean? When you hit your mid-20s, your late 20s, you got an opportunity to reflect on some things and reach out to some people, and then, you know, let's talk about it though. Let's talk about how we met, bro. How long have we known each other?
Since middle school. He was like, I'm finna come down here. He was like 50 Cent, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna just go for the, you know, the biggest dude and, you know, go at it, which was, you know, at the time, like that middle school rap beef was crazy.
It was serious, man. It was serious.
It was crazy.
You know, now that I'm older, I'm mentoring youth. I always advise them away from that stuff. You feel me? But that's how we started. You know what I mean? MVS.
Yes.
We was RGG, DBRS, and then we ended up being E&M. Shout out to my E&M family. You know what I mean? We just had some things that we linked on. What a lot of people don't know is people who know us from high school is that we was going at it for a long time.
Yeah, they don't know that.
You know what I'm saying? We was homies for a short amount of time and we was beefing for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy part about it.
That's deep, actually.
But, you know, as you become a man, you reflect on those things. It's like, what is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You make more money sticking together.
That's true.
Like we was talking about G-Unit, Dipset, Rockefeller. Fell apart.
I think if back then we were young and we were ego and we were trying to, I think, fit into the stereotypes of, you know, what an artist is supposed to be, what a, you know, masculinity is supposed to be. And if we were smarter, I think you're right. We would have made it more of a friendly competition and we would have like pooled our resources together.
Really capitalized.
Exactly.
So we was working on a project, and you know what I'm saying? As a man, I've had the opportunity to reflect on these things.
Yeah. We
was working on a project. We were pioneering a group, really a movement, because we had our own groups. 212 degrees, which was, you know, 211 degrees water is hot. 212 degrees water is boiling. We pick up traction. You know what I'm saying? I believe collectively, I think we got like 15,000 views on all of our material.
I believe.
And we was on the way to making an album. This album's called Realest in the Building. And I had called you last time we spoke. I said I felt like we deprived the world of something.
Yeah.
Right? So we was working on the album. It was coming out fire, and there was a lot of people in the middle of us. Man to man, we should have just spoke.
Yeah.
If we would have just talked,
that's true.
Things probably would have went a different way. And I feel like, in all honesty, things happen the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for where I'm at in my career, but I feel like it messed us both up.
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel like we were stronger together for that period of time that we linked. I feel like we was taking over the school.
Yeah.
And it messed us both up. And then we had people under us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
we let down.
That we let down.
Yeah, we let a lot of people down. The crazy thing about the 212 thing is, like we all came together and we like mastermind that, like from a brainchild. You know, the video content. This is before YouTube was what it is today.
Right. So we was ahead of the game.
And we had the cold facts where we interviewed, you know, artists at the school and they got their time to shine. We had the cold bars where everybody had their freestyle, and we were consistent with the content as well. And we were really buzzing. Like we were the first people I know for a fact at South Cobb to really go to YouTube and use it for the music in that way.
Right, people weren't doing it. I know people was releasing music videos and dance videos, but not like a series. These was episodes with featured artists. So it was incredible, man. Let's talk about somebody who made a huge impact. People out here in the metropolitan Atlanta area, Cobb County, Marietta, surrounding areas, they know his name. When I first met him, his name was Delusion, and he later went by Young Teddy. SBC, FT Dub, and he took over. I believe it was 2012. Unfortunately, he met his demise. Let's talk about the impact. You being from out here, him being from the same area. Let's talk about the impact that he had, man.
Yes, Teddy. The funny thing about Cobb is there's so many people who grew up here who don't claim it.
Right.
For whatever reason, people felt like, you know, nothing happens here. It's a quiet town or whatever. You know, they rather, you know, rep where they're from or whatever the case may be. Like, I understand that. But if you were in the mix then you had something to talk about. What I appreciate about Teddy personally is he brought light to so much stuff that was happening in the mix, and he did it authentically. There's always like people who talk about certain things or put on a certain image, you know, because it's this or that. But he was authentic, and I think everybody around his camp would tell you that. You know, everybody who had the chance to meet him. I never met him personally. I was supposed to meet him through Roll One Up.
Y'all was gonna do a record.
We were gonna do a record.
That's probably the one thing. He was on my first mixtape.
Yeah.
Him and Marvelous, I believe he go by Tsunami now. Mm-hmm. There was a record of theirs that I took and I threw on it. And then they found out later that I featured them on my project. It wasn't no problem because they was like my big bros. Yeah. They actually gave me my first beat tape.
That's tight.
Embraced me super strong when I first came out here. And it's just sad, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is happening everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Chicago, New York, everywhere in America. You know, my family's from Jamaica. It's happening in Jamaica. Black people are killing each other. We're losing our brightest.
Yep, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to a legend.
Facts.
He is a legend. You know, I believe he died 23, and it sucks, man. It's a lot of potential. Who knows how big he was gonna be?
Yeah, he was definitely like, he was up there. He was the wave. He was the wave. Like, yeah.
Format wise, I copied his moves. Yeah. I seen how he did it.
Yeah.
I seen what he was doing, and then when he started performing, I believe they had a record called Real Ball Shit.
Yeah, on the payroll.
Blew up. He was huge. You know what I'm saying? So I learned so much from Teddy, man, that I even took back to what we was doing in my camp, and I'm just extremely grateful to have even been a part of that and have witnessed him do so many great things, man.
Yeah, we keep that going though. I feel like in the space that we are now, like how we can sit down and actually talk about the things that happened then, you know, and the things that we've learned, we can definitely keep, you know, the people who inspired us and influenced us, you know, from young. Right. We can keep their legacy alive in the movies that we make.
So I like the way you say that. I want everybody right now, hop on Google, you can find it. Young Teddy, that's Y-U-N-G. Right on Time is my favorite project. I know Cool Carl was his album that came out after he passed, but Right on Time, jeez. He smoked some of them songs. So rest in peace to a legend, man. Now let's talk about Legendary C.S.T. When did you change the name, by the way?
I changed the name. It's funny, my Ace Boone Coon had told me I was rapping under, I think, like J.O. or some name like that.
So you had already changed?
I had gone through a few name changes after I did the second golden ticket. I was in school and I couldn't balance school and music. I was about to flunk out of school and I was like, let me focus on school and not music. You know, you live and you learn.
Fact.
So I went through that time. I was like just rethinking, how do I want to approach the music? I was just watching and soaking up game. And it was amazing because during this time span that I was in college, you had Trinidad James, you had like Future, 2 Chainz. Music really...
The game changed.
It changed. And, you know, we were talking about artist names and, you know, my bro was just like, why don't you just, you know, do like your initials, like, you know, like K-Dot, or like just rap as your name. And I was like, And I started playing with that. So I just used my initials, C.S.T, and the Legendary just gives me something to live up to. You know, it holds me accountable. Yeah.
What's your sign?
Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah, June 11th.
All right, man. So I know you got a music video out.
Yes.
Tell me about the music video. Tell me about the song.
Yes. So Threshold is the music video. It's on all platforms too, all streaming platforms. Go get that. The video I linked with my homie from high school, Malik Marshall. He
730 Visions. Shout out Malik, 730 Visions.
Yes sir, 730 Visions, and he did my first video, and my second video. Actually, 3 out of the 4 videos I've done, I've worked with him on it. And he just real dude. So you know, I appreciate that. Hometown too. You know, I like rocking with my day ones.
Fact.
Yeah. So that record, you just gotta listen to it. It's a vibe. Like I don't want to say it's conscious. I don't want to say it sound like this artist or that artist, but you gotta listen to it. Though.
Can you give us a line out the record?
Yeah. The first line, my style's way better. I'm straight out made redder. Where they used to hang, you know. So
okay.
Yeah.
So it's real. Yeah, I actually watched the video and I seen, you know what I mean? It was definitely a good look, man. I love the edit as well. So that's amazing. So what's coming up next for you?
For the most part, I'm putting out singles and just building up my base, you know, primarily from IG. I don't want to throw out a project just yet. I'm still, you know, developing the sound in real time. it's just my approach to it is I feel like for a long time I was trying to cook and get it perfect. I realized, that perfection is relative, and we live in the age of execution where really anything you do can work, but the one thing that can't work is not doing anything.
Oh,
yeah,
poetry.
Yeah, so on the job training, like, is how I feel like I'm in. I see all these labels, talk about why artists shouldn't be independent and how the game is lacking artist development. But we have all the tools available to artists develop ourselves.
Facts.
You just have to be able to say, like, okay, I'm gonna let people in on this. I'm not gonna be too critical. I'm gonna use it as a learning experience. As artists, we tend to get real intimate with our art, and I appreciate my bro because he used to always tell me, like, it's a business. You know what I mean? You can have your talent, you can be attached to your art, but don't be attached to one song. This is a long game, decades. If you want to be around for decades, then, you have to look at it like a business.
That's awesome. You said perfection is relative.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So one thing I've always admired about your approach to interacting with people, because that's what it is. Like, you can send, and this is something I want all artists to take note of, you can send a mass email with your song in it, and you're gonna go to the spam folder just like everybody else who sends that mass email. But you write captions that make people want to talk to you and want to respond to you. Where does the inspiration for that come from?
Honestly, I study, and the thing about it is I see so many artists that are like, listen to my music, like, click this, listen to my music. You're not, what's the incentive? Music is everywhere.
Right.
And the major labels, they have the money to push, and so you have to really, it's about serving people. And I feel like as artists, one of the things that kind of makes us want to be artists a lot of the time is the glamorization of it, what we see presented to us from major labels. Because I don't think what independent artists realize, it serves major labels to sell us the dream that if we sign with them, we'll have fame, we'll have all this access. That's their marketing plan to keep their business running, because if they don't have artists, they don't have nothing. And so, with my captions, it's just about engaging people and building real relationships, because I don't have a big machine that's going to constantly put myself in their face, put me on radio. So it's about giving people value when they see my content. It's like, what? I'm engaging with this content because he's engaging with me.
Facts. And what I love about the way the game has changed is if you can get 100 fans to stream your music daily, weekly, buy one t-shirt, you might be able to pay some bills with that.
Yeah.
So I really, really respect your approach, and the whole our generation is doing great at that. So I want you to go ahead and, one thing I gotta ask you for, I got a lot of young people who follow me.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you can give to a young man who's, whether he's pursuing music or another form of art, professional? What's some advice you can give to the young you who's he might be going through some stuff right now?
Yes. The best advice I could give to the youth, boys and girls, is study, learn, keep an open mind, and don't be afraid to fail and figure it out. There are going to be people while you're figuring out that doubt you because you're young, or because you're not established, or because you don't have this or that. Tune that noise out, educate yourself, learn your field, and study. Not just your field, but also learn yourself. There are universal laws that if you follow them, it's like A plus B equals C, like mathematics. So focus, trust yourself, look for a mentor, somebody who knows more than you, be able to accept criticism, be objective in that. Don't be so attached to the things that you do that you can't take criticism. I think the internet has really kind of, in my opinion, it's softened a lot of people's shells, and we have to get to a point where we're able to let people speak their mind and speak their opinion, but keep it in context and not internalize it to where we are discouraged from what we're doing.
Facts. All right, man, that was great.
Yeah.
So give the people your handles. Where can they reach you? Where can they stream your music? And what's coming up next?
Yes. So follow me on IG at Legendary C.S.T. That's the best way to keep up with my music, my new releases, my videos, my merch, X, Y, and Z. And message me, shoot me a message, engage with me. I'm building from the ground up, so I have about 9 songs on all streaming platforms. So if you just go on Apple Music or Spotify. Search Legendary C.S.T, and my catalog will come up. And give me some feedback. Let me know how you feel about it.
Amazing. I'm super excited about this, what this young man's got going on. The spotlight's on him. Make sure you follow him right now. See y'all next time.
Peace.